KSAT 12. The news at 5:30 starts right now.
Our top story this evening, the latest on that mass shooting on 6th Street in Austin that happened Saturday morning.
One of the two suspects has officially now been arrested. As for the second suspect, Austin police are still looking for him. 14 people were wounded. 2 remain in critical condition today. The other 12 are recovering.
The name of the suspect arrested has not been released. That is because he is a minor. His age also unknown at this time. Police believe that shooting was sparked after a dispute between 2 separate groups. We are continuing to follow this developing story.
A man is dead after a large party on the south side ended in gunfire. It happened on Loop 410 South Access Road between Somerset and Highway 16. Tiffany Huertas tells us what police discovered when they got to the scene.
San Antonio police say the man's friend was the only person who remained at the scene when officers arrived. SAPD says when officers arrived around 3:30 this morning, several vehicles were trying to leave the area. The man's friend told police he was walking behind his friend when he heard gunshots ring out. Police say the man died at the scene. Multiple shell casings were found and officials questioned several witnesses. The medical examiner is working on identifying the victim. It's still unclear what led up to the shooting. Police say there are no suspects at this time. Reporting from the south side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
New at 5:30, we have an update now on a crash where a man who was walking was hit and killed by a vehicle. That Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office has identified that victim as 37-year-old Jose Flores. That crash happened just before midnight on Friday on Castroville Road. San Antonio police say Flores was hit by an SUV while he was trying to cross the street. Flores was taken to University Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The driver not expected to face any charges in this case because police say he did stop to render aid.
Seguin police have arrested one armed robbery suspect, and they are currently still looking for his accomplice. Take a look. Seguin police say 37-year-old Atesco Factor turned himself in today. He's been held at the Guadalupe County Detention Center. Factor's accused of robbing 2 pharmacies in Pleasanton. Seguin police are still looking for 38-year-old Andrew Jack, seen here. He's accused of both of those robberies with Factor, along with 2 others in Seguin. Anyone with information on his whereabouts urged to call the Guadalupe County Crime Stoppers. The number on your screen, 877-403-8477.
Taking a look at other stories we're following today around Texas. A federal judge has dismissed a lawsuit filed by hospital staffers who refused to get vaccinated for COVID-19. More than 100 employees sued Houston Methodist Hospital because it is requiring all employees there to be vaccinated for or face a risk of suspension or termination. Their lawsuit states the mandate goes too far and violates personal autonomy, calling the vaccines, quote, experimental and dangerous. But the judge agreed with the hospital that the group's claims about the vaccine are untrue. An appeal from the plaintiffs is expected.
As the G7 summit comes to a close, the UK is the first stop on President Biden's foreign trip. But that's not where his schedule ends. Here's ABC's Karen Travers with where we can expect to see him in the coming days.
President Biden and the First Lady visiting Queen Elizabeth Sunday at Windsor Castle outside London. Mr. Biden becoming the 13th American president the Queen has met. Under a bright sun, the president sporting his signature aviator sunglasses, taking in a guard of honor. The president inspecting the guards, then walking inside for a private tea with the Queen.
We had a long talk and she was very generous.
As the G7 leaders wrapped up their summit Sunday, they adopted President Biden's vow to build back better, promising to end the coronavirus pandemic and combat climate change in a joint statement.
The G7 is more united than ever before, more focused on the responsibility we wield collectively as some of the world's leading economies.
The latest ABC News Ipsos poll finds 52% of Americans have a great deal or a good amount of trust in the president to negotiate with world leaders. Putin has said relations between Russia and the United States are at a low point.
Well, let me make it clear. I think he's right. It's a low point.
The White House says it expects the conversation to be straightforward and candid. President Biden today defending the decision to not hold a joint press conference with Putin at the end of their meeting.
But this is not a contest about who can do better in front of a press conference or try to embarrass each other. It's about making myself very clear what the conditions are to get a better relationship.
On Monday, President Biden attends a one-day summit at NATO headquarters here in Brussels. There, the president will reaffirm the U.S. commitment to the military alliance. The NATO country leaders will also discuss Afghanistan, climate change, and Russia. Karen Travers, ABC News, Brussels.
Today, Israel's parliament swearing in a new prime minister, bringing Benjamin Netanyahu's historic 12-year rule to an end. Naftali Bennett won after a vote of 60 to 59. The vote ends a two-year cycle of political paralysis in which the country held 4 deadlocked elections. Those votes focus largely on Netanyahu's divisive rule and his push to remain in office while on trial for corruption charges. President Joe Biden congratulating the new government, saying he is fully committed to work together to, quote, advance security, stability, and peace for Israelis, Palestinians, and people throughout the broader region, end quote.
Well, it looks like a virtual reality video game, but the purpose and subject are very real. Law enforcement agencies across Texas are using this new 3D simulator for de-escalation training. We take you inside the headset and into the training at Balcones Heights Police Department. See the intensity of the drills and hear from officers about what they learned tonight on the Night Beat.
We'll have more on the news at 5:30 right after this.
Traders Village debuting a bright new experience for families. 10 acres typically used for the corn maze have been transformed into a field of sunflowers.
And it opened to the public this weekend. Alicia Barrera explains the inspiration behind the new attraction.
Sunflowers. They resemble and thrive with the sun.
Monday of this week, literally, there was nothing. There was only a few sunflowers opening up, and then by Wednesday, Thursday, a sea of yellow.
But they're also a symbol of strength and community.
Sarcomas are usually represented by sunflowers.
That's how Brian Billick, marketing director for Traders Village, came up with the idea to transform the 10-acre field from corn maze to sunflowers to honor fighters and survivors of sarcoma cancer.
My son Damon passed away from osteosarcoma 3 years ago. And last year I was just flipping through some photos. A lady came in yesterday and saw the cancer symbol that I have in there and hugged it and started crying. Tears of joy, actually, because she just got NED last week, which is no evidence of disease.
Months later, thousands of sunflowers of different sizes and colors have finally bloomed to make the perfect background for your next picture.
Yesterday we had 2 proposals. We had a bachelorette party. We have a proposal today too, so if your fella says, hey, you want to go to the sunflower field, I would go.
The sunflower field will remain open every weekend throughout the month of June, but due to the fact that we have gotten a lot of rain, those dates may be extended. Reporting from Traders Village, Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
If that was you, send us pictures of that proposal. Yeah. I want to see.
Don't say no to a trip to the sunflower field. That happens to be my wife's favorite flower. Maybe, well, I guess have to get out there.
Yeah, you will. They're so beautiful.
They are really, really pretty, and I'm glad they are thriving in this sunshine. The rest of us may be fanning ourselves, melting a little bit because it's been another really hot day, and heat will continue to take center stage in the forecast this week, but we do have a couple of low-end rain chances over the next couple of days, and we'll talk about that coming up very shortly. First, checking on the aquifer, down 0.3 foot in the past 24 hours, and a nice quiet pollen count as we wrap up the weekend. Molds were moderate yesterday. They're low today. Pigweed and grass staying low as well. I'll be right back with a look at your forecast for the week ahead.
We got to see the sunflowers. I know in my backyard, the hibiscus have been going crazy after all that rain.
Yes.
I've seen like huge blooms.
Okay, so I posted a picture of some that we came with the house.
Right.
And they had not bloomed yet. And they're probably this big. It's called the Texas Star Hibiscus. Oh. The viewers, if you're one of them, thank you for helping me figure that out. Because
I'd never seen them, the ones that you'd posted
insane.
Before. Very cool.
They're really pretty.
They're all coming back.
It's
way more interesting than all of the mushrooms out there.
Definitely. A little more colorful, a little more pleasing to the eye, that is for sure. Yes, it's good to see all of our vegetation, our plants out there thriving, especially when you think back to after the winter storm earlier in the year. It's just great to see everything thriving once again. Want to get you ready for the week ahead as far as the weather is concerned. And I don't know why I kind of had a theatrical theme stuck in my head today, but here's how we're going to kind of break things down. Taking center stage, reprising its role once again this week, the heat. It will be staying hot out there. Highs will be stuck in the mid to upper 90s and will continue to pull those elevated heat index readings in the afternoon hours, playing a supporting role. A few little spotty afternoon showers and storms will be possible, mainly beginning tomorrow and continuing through the middle of the week. Hanging out backstage, not really of a big concern for us in the week ahead. That tropical disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico, we'll talk about that coming up here very shortly. As for now, it's hot out there. 95 at the airport. Dew point of 70 means it feels like 101, and we don't even have a breeze to help us out currently. Winds are calm at the airport, and they're light across the majority of south central Texas for the time being. So your air temperatures are in white. The heat index, what it feels like when you factor in the dew point, that's the number in yellow, feeling like 103 in Gonzales, 106 in Del Rio. And again, winds are light across the area, so not even much of a breeze to help us out this afternoon. Things won't change much this evening. It'll be warm and very muggy out there. Light winds just about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Still in the low 90s through 7 o'clock, down to the low to mid 80s as we get closer to midnight. So quiet weather as we wrap up the weekend. Not even a whole lot of fair weather clouds out there this afternoon. Bright sunshine. I've been watching a couple of storms that tried to develop off closer to the Houston area. A couple of our forecast models thought that maybe some of this activity would try to skirt off to the west and affect some of our easternmost counties this evening. But even now, that activity near Houston has really died out, so I'm going to keep us rain free for the rest of the evening. Futurecast model, though, picks up on that rain south of the Houston area, but don't expect it to have any impact on our area as we head into this evening and the overnight hours. So through tomorrow morning, I do think we'll pull in a few morning clouds, just like we've done the past couple of days. So partly to mostly cloudy early tomorrow, light winds in place. That humidity is going to make the air very heavy early tomorrow morning. So another warm, muggy start to the day for you on Monday. As we head into the afternoon, mix of sun and clouds. And as we get closer to, let's say, 4 or 5 o'clock, if we can get some showers or storms to break the cap or the lid on the atmosphere, we could have a couple of spotty thunder showers out there tomorrow afternoon. You really got to look closely to see where this forecast model thinks they could develop. So they're going to be very, very spotty in nature if they can develop, and coverage is going to be low, just about 20%. But nonetheless, during the heat of the day tomorrow, a couple of spotty thunder showers would be possible. Keep your fingers crossed, because the only way you're going to cool off over the next several days is if you can get one of those thunder showers to pop up over your house. High temperatures tomorrow will be back in the mid 90s, low 100s or triple digits off to the south and to the west again tomorrow. So we're going to keep these rain chances low for the next few days because upper level high pressure scooting off to the west very gradually. That's going to allow for a few little pieces of rain making energy, these blobs of orange, to rotate around that ridge of high pressure. That's what helps us during the heat of the day in the afternoons to just get those little thunder showers to try to pop up. But that just yields really low rainfall coverage, and that's what we'll see through the middle of the week. Now for the tropics, we've got this area here, this bright red, this convection down in the Bay of Campeche, far southern Gulf of Mexico. National Hurricane Center thinks this has about a 50% chance of becoming at least a tropical depression in the next 5 days. That likely wouldn't happen until Thursday, so back half of the week, if it happens at all. So this is an area that we'll be watching closely over the next couple of days. If it could develop, could wander into the western Gulf of Mexico by the end of the week, start of next weekend. For now, I don't have it affecting our forecast here in south central Texas at all, but that is something we'll be watching closely in the week ahead. So keep that in mind. In the meantime, for your Monday, 95, the high temperature, outside chance of a spotty shower or storm in the afternoon. That will be true Tuesday into Wednesday as well. Otherwise, just toasty out there. Highs stuck right around 95 all week long, guys.
Yeah, nice and sweaty out there for sure.
Definitely. All right, our local IndyCar driver gets the checkered flag.
Yeah, Pato O'Ward is 22 years old, guys. He is in his 4th season of IndyCar, and he is the first 2-time winner this season, winning just outside of Detroit today. We got it for you coming up. Plus, it's a triple sweet day for Wagner great Keanu Williams coming up after the break. Pato O'Ward and his crew took the traditional winner's dip in the Belle Isle Fountain today in big board sports. San Antonio IndyCar driver Pato O'Ward won the Detroit Grand Prix Race 2 at Belle Isle Park, becoming the first repeat winner of the 2021 NTT IndyCar season series. Late in the race, we're going to be riding along with O'Ward as he passes Josef Newgarden, taking the lead for good. Now, the two bumped O'Ward as he just drove right on by. O'Ward led the final 3 laps after taking the lead, and he cruised to a 6.7595 second victory for a second career win, and he took over the championship standings lead through 8 races by 1 point.
But I knew I had a great car under me. I need to thank Aero Electronics, Views, Auto McLaren SP, Mission, Team Chevy, man. I mean, this is a Team Chevy territory. I'm so excited, so pumped to get them this. And I texted Felix this morning. The important thing is that he's okay, but I told him I'm going to win it for you. So this is for him.
Hey, we will have those highlights for you tonight on Instant Replay. Now, his teammate Felix Rosenqvist missed today's race after being hospitalized for a violent crash Saturday. He was released from the hospital this morning. Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammon is hopefully getting closer to becoming the first female head coach in the NBA. According to reports, she'll interview for both the Blazers and Magic head coaching jobs. Hammon, who's in her 6th season of the Spurs coaching staff after a 16-playing career year in the WNBA, is the first full-time female assistant coach in any of the 4 major professional North American sports. Last December, Becky became the first woman to coach an NBA game after head coach Greg Popovich was ejected during a game against the Lakers. Here's part of what she told NBC back in April about a woman becoming a head coach in the NBA. Quote, "I mean, the ball is never moving fast enough, in my opinion. People don't like doing something new and different. It's uncomfortable. It takes a massive amount of risk. Somebody's going to have to take a chance," end quote. The Clippers need a big games from Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and they both delivered to help Los Angeles get back into their second-round series with the Jazz. Kawhi scored 34 points, George added 31, and the Clippers' 132-106 victory last night and trailed the top-seeded Jazz 2-1. The Claw and PG-13 set the tone early.
We both understand we got to be aggressive from this point on and do whatever it takes to win. And so, that's just the mentality we had. Come out, get this team on the right start offensively, and again, just be aggressive. That's just what it's going to come down to for us.
LA was aggressive with Jazz guard Donovan Mitchell, holding him scoreless in the first quarter, and he still dropped 30 points. Game 4 is tomorrow night at 9 in Los Angeles. In the Eastern Conference semifinals today, the Bucks topped the Nets 107-96 to even that series, a 2-all. Nets guard James Harden sat out again with a hamstring injury, and his teammate Kyrie Irving left after 17 minutes, a right ankle sprain. Game 5 is Tuesday at Brooklyn. It's been a sweet day for Wagner great Kiana Williams. She scored her first WNBA points this afternoon on this three-pointer plus the foul. She made the free throw for a 4-point play, 4 points in 4 minutes. Plus, she graduated from Stanford today with a degree in science, technology, and society. And the Storm beat the Sun 89-66. Congratulations to Kiana Williams.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Now that OTAs and minicamp are done for the Dallas Cowboys, quarterback Dak Prescott was asked about his plans between now and the start of training camp in late July. All right, about a month ago, we'll have more Dak Prescott, I think, on Instant Replay. About a month ago, Texans head coach David Coley and his team leaders agreed to cancel training camp if team attendance met certain conditions, which they did. Coach keeping his word, they will not have minicamp. Okay, moving on to Denmark. Their midfielder Christian Eriksen nearly died after collapsing on the pitch yesterday during Denmark's Euro 2020 opener against Finland. Denmark's team doctor said Eriksen was, quote, gone before he was resuscitated after suffering a cardiac arrest. He doesn't know how close they were to losing him and says they got him back after one defibrillator. Eriksen, 29 years old, is in stable condition after he was taken to a hospital in Copenhagen. Showtime Sports started a 2-part series Friday night, giving fans a behind-the-scenes all-access preview of the Mario Barrios Gervonta Davis fight coming up in 2 weeks. You can see more from episode 1 tonight on Instant Replay at 11.
Sometimes things just don't like to play nice, and they were not playing very nice with Larry.
Yeah,
the Gremlins
doesn't
are out
like
there.
me today, I'll tell you what.
Well, we got to see more of you and more of Larry.
Yeah. We want to see Pato O'Ward. I don't want to see me.
Well, now we get to tune in tonight, and we'll see more of it. You did an excellent job, sir.
Like a pro.
Thanks for hanging in there.
We'll be right back.
All right, heat takes center stage. Highs staying in the low to mid 90s all week with some low end rain chances mainly in the afternoon hours. Through midweek, they'll start to taper off as we get closer to the weekend. More on that potential disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico later this week. Tonight on the Night Beat, guys.
Officially wash, rinse, repeat part of the year. Thank you, Katie. That is all of our time. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here tonight on the Night Beat. Hopefully everything will work then.
Get our video working by then. Have a good night. We'll see you then.